And joining us now is defensive end, if I may say. Is that correct, defensive end?
Nose tackle.
Nose tackle.
I'm too big.
If I may say, nose tackle.
I play some defensive end, though, so you're right.
For the San Diego Chargers. I got that information from Ben. Thanks, Ben.
Way to screw it up, man.
For the San Diego Chargers, please welcome Antonio Garay.
I mean, my hand still hurts from our handshake.
From what?
From the handshake. I gave him a handshake of the breaks like Dick Raditz.
Yes.
Swallowed
How's
my
that
hand.
for a reference, Dick
Yeah,
Raditz? Now, you listen.
Went a little different route.
We have something. We have something in common.
Without question.
Okay. I grew up in Union, New Jersey.
I grew up in Union, New Jersey.
Well, you grew up in Rahway.
No, Union County is what I meant to say.
Oh, Union County, which is now Rahway.
Nick Ferroni told me to say that. I just, just played along to make you feel better.
Nick's a union farmer. He's trying to take care of me.
You know.
Here's the thing. St. George Avenue in Rahway. I had a cousin.
Rahway goes all the way up to Union.
I had a cousin who lived in
Elizabeth,
Rahway.
to make a turn, right?
Yeah. Through Elizabeth, yeah. I had a cousin who lived in Rahway. And we used to ride on the back of UPS trucks up and down St. George Avenue in Rahway. So it was a lot of good memories for me back then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always respected you because I remember even way back was the beer league.
Yeah, that's right.
When you made reference to Linden, I was glad you referenced Linden and not Rahway.
Yeah, Linden was used as a joke.
Exactly.
Now, Rahway is Rahway's where the prison is. It used to be called Rahway State.
Right.
If you ever saw the movie Scared Straight, you ever see that?
Of course.
Documentary, the original one. It's Rahway State Prison, and that's where his hometown was.
Yeah.
But you got out of there, man. You're an NFL player.
I always go back, though.
You do?
I love Rahway.
Why would you do that?
I heard you were in the first class that went to Scared Straight, actually. Is there any truth to that?
No, I should have been.
I heard you were told to hold the guy's pocket.
Oh, by the way, what a great reference that is. That
really
is like,
strong.
Oh my God. If there's any more deterrent for a kid to go to prison, especially some white kid from the suburbs, in the movie Scared Straight, this guy calls a kid up, and it was 15 years old, white, and it's 1978. The kid looks like he's in Led Zeppelin or something. Right. And this big black guy who's the inmate says, "Okay, I just bought you. I own you now. Right. So grab my back pocket, and wherever I go, you have to go like a dog on a leash." And the kid he walks like 5 feet with the guy, but it's the most humiliating.
Without question.
Yeah, I had a friend who went to Rahway State.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on a beef with robbing a gas station. And he was raped.
Oh, really?
And died.
Oh, man.
And died of AIDS.
Sounds like a rough one.
No, I'm not kidding you. This is what happened. He was raped in prison and died of AIDS. And it was at Rahway State.
Was it?
Yeah. So anyway, welcome to the show.
You know it's not called Rahway State, by the way, you know?
What?
It's not called Rahway State.
It's called East Jersey State.
East Jersey State. That's
East
what
Jersey
it is.
State. My father, I was there once. My father.
They're trying to give us a bad reputation. I think the people that run it is from Union, that's why.
My father's cousin Freddie, I'll never forget this. You talk about a family that needed some work. My father's side of the family was rough. But I was 10 years old. My father woke me up at 2 in the morning and said, "Hey, get up. We're going to meet your cousin Freddie. I want you to meet your cousin Freddie." And I go, "Okay." So he takes me to the hospital. 2 in the morning. Go in. We shake his hand and he had been in a motorcycle accident. He stole a motorcycle and crashed it. He was drunk. And he died the next morning. So I got to meet my cousin Freddie. He went to Rahway State for 3 to 5 for armed robbery. He got out. He did 2 years, a 3 to 5. Good behavior, gets out. 2 days after he gets out, he gets drunk and steals a motorcycle and dies in an accident. And my father gets the call from Union Hospital around the block from where I grew up. And he said, "Listen, can we have visitors at 2 a.m. because I want my little boy to meet his cousin Freddie." So we went, we met him, and then he died. I'm sorry about this episode.
Again, welcome to the Artie Lange Show. So glad you could be here.
Is there any
sorry about your cousin, by the way.
Is there any? Well, thank you. I don't feel it's sincere, but thank you.
No, I really am. It was that uncomfortable moment just now.
I just realized I told you 2 horribly tragic stories.
I'm a little in shock.
I'm just kidding. You know those people ever existed. I'm just trying to chop it up with you. No, those 2 stories actually happened. But so Rahway, very tough town. Did you play for Rahway High?
Play for Rahway High.
Now,
I'm Rahway through and through.
Now, were you offense and defense at Rahway?
Well, yeah, we only had like 12 guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like all great football players usually play both ways, right?
Well, you had to play offense and defense.
Right.
And special teams at Rahway.
And special teams.
Yes.
Now, how long have you been in the?
We don't go both ways. We just play offense, defense, and special teams.
Now you're half. Well, I understand. You don't go both ways. Not like that kid on Notre Dame. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know what he's.
Did you ever get catfished?
I met a couple girls online before.
You did, but you met them.
You know,
You never met them?
I'm still in a relationship with those girls.
Really?
No,
And you
I'm
never
just
met them?
joking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this guy's getting hazed before he's even in the league. How bad is it for this guy? Once this guy gets in the league, forget about it.
I know.
It happens to the best of them, though, you know?
What a sucker. Like every hooker.
The best of them.
Every hooker has probably got this guy in a Rolodex right now. Every
I
whore
think-
just went, here we got one coming, girls.
McCarron, everyone, like, started following his girlfriend on Twitter, like,
Yeah, McCarron.
seconds after they talked about her.
Yeah, that's what
championship
happens.
game.
You got to keep it on
She
the
didn't
down.
write back to me, though.
You got to keep it on the down low.
Of course.
Now, do you do that? Do you keep it on the down low?
I try. I'm from Rahway.
Yeah, you're from Rahway. Now, that's a tough town.
You guys were talking about Biggie, you know, I'm moving. Bad boys move in silence.
Well played.
Is that a lyric? Is
From
that a
the
Biggie
10
lyric?
Crack Commandments.
Is that
I
a
think.
Biggie lyric?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Now, listen. So you get out of Rahway and you get to the NFL. Now, where'd you go to college?
Boston College. In between.
That's a good, that's
Those
a good
two
school.
things.
Is that Doug Flutie? Is that where you went?
Yeah, Doug Flutie.
Okay. Now,
You have to have a great set of hair to come to Boston College.
well, what happened?
I shaved it all
You
off
left
last
it
week.
there. Now, you half Jewish?
I am.
You are. Your mother's Jewish.
My mother's Jewish,
So you're
which would make me
you were
Jewish.
brought up Jewish.
I was kind of brought up everything.
Now, what was your father?
My father is kind of confused.
What?
Now, my father is Puerto Rican, Costa Rican, Jamaican.
That's a great combination because you get all the
My
athleticism.
grandfather was Puerto
You
Rican,
get the
so he
at-
kind of.
You get the athleticism from the Puerto Rican side and the business from the
My
Jewish
mother's
side.
like Eastern European, so there's big,
Oh, really?
stocky people in her family.
You could be your own agent.
I could. I've tried it. I was thinking about trying it actually.
You should do that.
Majority of the agents are Jewish in the league, you know.
Bill Maher, great.
Exactly.
Bill Maher has a joke. He's half Jewish and half Catholic, and he had a joke when he did stand up. He said, sometimes the Jewish part of me leaks into the Catholic part of me because he said, I went into confession as a kid, and I would go into confession and I'd say, bless me, Father, for I have sinned, but I'd bring a lawyer with me. So I'd say,
Nah, that's
bless
good.
me, Father,
I gotta use that one.
bless me, Father, for I have sinned. You know, Mr. Cohen. Now, so you've been in the league for how long?
9 years.
9 years. That would.
And I was hurt in between in there.
That's tough to stay in the NFL for 9 years.
You
right?
drafted by Cleveland, and now you're in
Cleveland
San
Browns,
Diego.
yeah. Now I'm in San Diego.
You're
It's
coming
almost
up.
like the same place, you know?
You have a ring,
No, I have second place.
second place,
NFC Championship ring with the Bears.
with the Bears. Danny's
Bears.
Dan's a big Bear fan.
Big
Yep,
Chicago
I
guy.
know.
Yep.
I said,
We're chopping it up.
Who'd they lose to?
Who did we lose to?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take you out of the league.
Good, I'm sorry.
The Colts,
Thanks,
right?
Colts.
Representing the Colts.
The Colts beat you?
This whole Union County thing just got thrown out the window.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
Peyton Manning and the Colts.
yeah, they beat us.
Peyton Manning seems like a jerk off, right?
Good Lord. Why couldn't he get hurt way back then?
I know. You got to have a healthy neck when you play him.
Gosh.
Did you start on the Bears?
Nah.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for bringing
For
up
the
sore
Super Bowl,
subject.
though, I mean, we got
Back then?
Let me tell you, I'm sorry to bring up all these tragedies. Let me talk more about my cousin Freddie.
Yeah, please talk about him again, please. Make me feel a little better.
Now, were you second string?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why they lost.
You're only third year in the league. Then.
That's what I always told myself, you know?
It'd be nice. Do you
That's
get
what
it?
my mom always said.
Yeah, your mother's probably very proud of you.
Great Jewish woman right there.
Is she?
Proud Jewish woman.
She probably is.
Yep.
Now, when your mother, as a Jewish woman, marries a Puerto Rican man, her family was probably suicidal, right? Was it?
Well, yeah, the story that I always heard was that my mom went to Hofstra. My mother and my father both went to Hofstra
Right.
University. And the story that I always told that she brought my grandfather,
Yeah.
you know, to football practice.
Yeah.
And they always referred to my father as Tony.
Right.
Going to Hofstra, they expected, you know, well, it's not a Jewish guy that she's talking to, but it's an Italian guy
Oh, okay.
from, you know, Long Island, New
she
Jersey.
had to do that thing.
Then all of a sudden he comes, you know, from a distance, takes his helmet off, and he's pretty dark. So my father's brown, like tan
Right.
to brown skin.
Well, you got a perfect
And he
combination.
had an afro.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that's
So it kind of was like, I think, a culture shock at first, but my grandfather being a great person that he is, kind of
Yeah.
accepted it.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, wanted my mom to be happy, and as long as this guy was making him happy,
It's all about happiness.
you know, it was all good.
My buddy, an Italian kid, when we were like 22 years old, was dating a light-skinned black girl, and he went to a wedding. He took her to a wedding,
really?
and he told everybody she was Sicilian. That's how he got away with that. You know, but a Sicilian who talks like Nicki Minaj. doesn't
That's
he?
like, guess who's coming to dinner, right?
In a way, sort of, yeah, but not. But Sidney Poitier, very dark-skinned. This
Yeah.
light-skinned guy.
probably
By the
couldn't
way,
get it off
can I
that
say
way,
you
huh?
have a perfect coloring?
Oh, thank you.
It's really nice. You got a Jasmine guy thing going on.
I think I have a little extra because I was coming on the set and they told me that all you guys had makeup on, so I had to get makeup too. So, you know,
You look good.
Figure if you guys are doing it, I could do it.
Why not? Now, there's nothing effeminate about that. You have to
Not at all.
Be secure in your sexuality.
Oh, very secure.
Do you get any? Did you get a NFC championship ring? Do you get rings for that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do.
I do have it.
You don't flaunt it though.
No. I have a bad finger,
Oh, really?
besides. I let my father flaunt it. He likes
Did you give it to your father?
Yeah, my father has.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well,
You guys played the Ravens this year. Tough
We
game.
did play the Ravens.
Tough game this year.
Thanks for bringing up a sore
I,
spot.
I want to
Appreciate
get some.
it.
I want to get some inside info on the game. I'm trying to lay a bet on the game.
Now I know why they have you up here.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
No,
so
we-
wait, so
up
wait,
on
let me get
Ravens.
this. Let me get this straight.
I want to get some inside info.
Your hometown has a prison in it where two of my friends died.
Oh.
You were second string on a Super Bowl team.
Second string, yeah.
And you lost to the Ravens. We'll
Lost
be
it.
back with more of Antonio Garay.
Thank you.